It's that time of the year where Apple releases its big operating system updates, and we've seen updates to the HomePod Mini, the iPhone, the iPad, Apple TV, and the Apple Watch. And with these updates, there's some great additions for the home. So we're going to take a look at 10 new features and updates that cover the HomePod Mini, some updates to the Apple TV, and to the Apple Watch. So make sure to stay tuned to the end. I'll also throw in a couple of additional mentions of things that are coming out. Now, if you'd like to check out the latest in Apple devices, I'll put links in the description. Also, if you're on the fence or wondering why someone would pick HomeKit, I have a video down there of 7 reasons to go with Apple's HomeKit, along with a video of 10 Apple TV tips. So go check those out after you finish this, of course. First, let's talk about a couple features for the Apple TV and HomePod Mini. If you have a HomePod Mini paired up in the same room with an Apple TV, you can control the Apple TV. You can play, pause, you can ask for shows. Hey Siri, turn on the TV. Now the TVs are the slowest thing. The Apple TV is pretty much loaded and ready to go. Hey Siri, watch Ted Lasso.
Here's Ted Lasso.
Hey Siri, turn up the volume.
Hi guys.
Hey Siri, mute.
So, I actually have a...
Hey Siri, pause. If I want to watch something else, I can say, hey Siri, open up Hulu app. You could turn on the Apple TV using voice, but your receiver or television has to have HDMI CEC. That allows one device to turn on another device. So my Apple TV is telling my receiver to turn on. Well, my receiver tells my TV to turn on using CEC. And then the process reverses when I want to turn everything off. With this next update, you can now pair the HomePod Mini with an Apple TV. Before, you could do this with the full-size HomePods and Apple TVs, but now you can take a single HomePod Mini or a pair of HomePod Minis and pair them up with your Apple TV and use them as your default speakers. Now, in order to use this, you just have to have the devices in the same room, and then once they are in the same room, it may prompt you to ask if you want to use this as the audio for the Apple TV. If not, you would go into the audio settings and change your default speakers to the HomePod Mini or pair of HomePod Minis. Now, in order to access a pair of them, you will need to first pair the 2 HomePod Minis as a stereo pair within the Home app. Now, another feature these support is ARC. It stands for Audio Return Channel. It's an HDMI port that is on your television, and anything that's plugged into the other HDMI ports, that ARC will send audio to either a receiver, soundbar, or in this case, the new Apple TV. I have an Xbox that's plugged directly into the television. The sound comes to the Apple TV and it comes out of my full-size HomePods. It's great being able to connect it all up together without needing a receiver. It is a feature that Google and Amazon don't have with their paired speakers. A new feature for the Apple TV is being able to do SharePlay. It's coming later this year, but what SharePlay does is allow you to use FaceTime to start sharing shows with friends, and then you can bring your phone over to near the Apple TV and transfer the video onto there. And everybody watching has control to play or pause. So what you can do is just hit pause real quick and dart out of the room and run to the restroom or get a snack before anyone can say anything, and just leave them confused. Third-party partners that will support SharePlay are Disney Plus, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, TikTok, and Twitch. 2 of the ones that are missing are YouTube and Netflix. Now, this next feature is for those of you who use HomeKit cameras and HomeKit Secure Video. If you're not familiar with HomeKit Secure Video, what it does is it allows you to record your camera footage into your iCloud account. So no third-party services get access to your recordings from your cameras. What has changed is that if you have a 2 terabyte iCloud account for $9.99 a month, you can have unlimited cameras save recordings to the cloud. Now these recordings will be saved for 10 days. Now these recordings don't count against your 2 terabyte limit. So if you have like 20 cameras, you don't have to worry about eating up your iCloud storage. Now if you're in the market looking for some HomeKit cameras, here are some of the ones I use. I'll leave links to all these down in the description. Now there's been some camera updates to the Apple TV. You can now see all of your cameras at one time with multiple cameras on the screen, or if you do select an individual camera, you can now see the accessories that are with that camera. So if you do select the living room, you could select some of the other lights that are in the living room. Maybe get a motion alert outside, you bring it up on the TV. You want to see what's going on, you remotely turn on the lights outside. Another camera feature for Apple TV that is cool is if you have supported cameras, the image will actually pop up on the screen while you're watching TV. Now let's talk about some updates to the Apple Watch and the Home app. Now if you select the Home app, on top is an intercom button that's going to broadcast to all of your HomePods, but it can be set up to broadcast to family members' devices. So if the kids have the earbuds in and they're watching something on their iPad, they'll still be able to hear you. Now below that is a status of your devices. I can see right now I have 14 devices offline. I can select my thermostat and make changes easily. I can turn off lights that are currently on and see which lights specifically are on. The app's also been updated so it's intuitive to show you some of the devices that you may need to access based on where you are and the time of day. Also, they made it easier to get to your scenes. You can control stuff based on rooms, but it's a lot quicker to fly around, look at favorites, and access any of the scenes you want. This next update involves the cameras. You can go into the Home app, you're able to select your cameras, scroll through, and you can see all the cameras you have. And if you select one, you're able to see a live view of it, you can hear what's going on, and you can even speak through it. Now with this latest update and a supported doorbell, if someone rings the doorbell, you could see it on your watch, and then you can speak to them. And if you wanted to let them in, you could use your smart lock from the Home app. Let them right in. A cool feature out with iOS 15 and the HomePods is being able to ask for something to happen at a later time or have something happen when you leave. And I'm not talking about routines and automations. I'm talking about instead being able to say, "Hey Siri, turn off the office lights in 2 minutes."
I've set the lights in here to turn off at 5:45 p.m. today.
So it's very fluid. You could decide what you want to happen around you without having to write automations that are fixed. But beyond scheduling something based on time, you could schedule it based on location. So, hey Siri, turn off the office lights when I leave.
I've set the lights in here to turn off when you leave home.
Now, something to note is if you go in the Home app and you go under your automations, it's going to create an automation in there. And I have some from demoing this that have various times. They're labeled as disabled because there was something that overran that. When I leave, when I leave, when I leave, when I leave. I can get rid of those by just swiping away and deleting them. I really like this option of asking for things at a later time. There seems to be some limits here and there, so you'll have to play around with it. Next is automatic volume control. And this I feel like has been hit or miss for me. What it does is it adjusts Siri's volume based on the surrounding noise. We all know how that is when you turn it up because a room is loud and then you go in there later on and it's way too loud. One of the things I was reading about this is that it is not instant, that it actually needs some time to see what the volume is in the room. Hey Siri, what's the weather today?
It's currently clear and 79 degrees. Temperatures are heading down from 79 degrees to 64 tonight.
So now if I talk, because I have been at this level for a few minutes, 30 seconds, I don't know. Hey Siri, what's the weather today?
It's currently clear and 79 degrees. Temperatures are heading down from 79 degrees to 64 tonight.
Seems to be it just needs a little time to adjust to listen to the ambient noise. Number 10 is using Siri on third-party devices. Apple is going to now allow Siri to be on third-party devices so you can make requests. But Apple's doing something I think is pretty cool with it. Unlike the way other assistants handle it, what Apple is doing is if you make a request to this thermostat, it is actually going to communicate with the HomePod, and all of the details are handled on the HomePod. There's no third-party interaction or cloud services happening as was some of the other assistants. Now, this is an update coming later this year, but I think it's great if you are in the market for a thermostat and you have a HomeKit home. Definitely think about the Ecobee one. I'll put some links in the description. I'm thinking of ditching my Nest for that one. Now let's talk about a couple of the other features. If you use a HomeKit camera, there is a new option for package detection. Now, if you're not familiar with it, HomeKit cameras, what they do is they actually use the Apple TV or a HomePod Mini to do the processing and determine whether it's a vehicle, a package, a person, or an animal. Another new function, maybe the bass is a little too much on your HomePods, or you listen loud and it becomes way too much for the neighbors or family sleeping. There is the option now to reduce the bass. If you go into a HomePod settings, you can flip the switch to turn the bass back down. Now, new feature that's coming that I'm excited about that I don't think is going to work with my current smart lock, but really could come in handy. Apple's new Home Key, which will allow you to take your phone and put it up to your lock to unlock it, is going to be coming out soon. So something to consider if you're in the market for a smart lock, especially as the holidays approach and with sales. Consider you might want something that does support HomeKey. Now, what is your favorite HomeKit feature, whether it be one of these new ones or something else? Also, if you don't use HomePod Minis or HomeKit, any of these features sound good to you that you would like to have on your assistant of choice? Now, if you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps it get recommended to more people. Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next video. Next, make sure to check out this video over here so you can see why the Apple TV is the best streaming box. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.